law was passed in Alabama, joining the 6 other states that have passed similar laws such as Ohio, Mississippi, Georgia, Kentucky, Utah, and Arkansas. The Alabama State Senate approved a measure on Tuesday that would outlaw almost all abortions in the state, setting up a direct challenge to Roe v. Wade, the case that recognized a woman's constitutional right to end a pregnancy. The legislation bans abortions at every stage of pregnancy and criminalizes the procedure for doctors who can be charged with felonies and face up to 99 years in prison. It includes an exception for cases when the mother's life is at serious risk, but not for cases of rape or incest. And here's the governor now. What persuaded you to sign this into law?
This legislation stands as a powerful testament to Alabamians' deeply held belief that every life is precious and that every life is a sacred gift from God.
As a woman, was this difficult for you?
Not at all. I have faith in God and all of His works.
What do you say to those who oppose this law?
No matter one's personal view on abortion, we can all recognize that, at least for short term, this bill may be simply unenforceable. As citizens of this great country, we must always respect the authority of the U.S. Supreme Court, even when we disagree with their decisions. Many Americans, including myself, disagreed when Roe v. Wade was handed down in 1973. The sponsors of this bill believe that it is time, once again, for the U.S. Supreme Court to revisit this important matter, and they believe that this act may bring about the best opportunity for this to occur.
Thank you so much. Now back to Tanya.
Thanks, Kira. Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Ohio stopped short of outright bans, instead passing so-called heartbeat bills that effectively prohibit abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, when doctors can usually start detecting a fetal heartbeat. Utah and Arkansas voted to limit the procedure to the middle of the second trimester. In recent years, Republican legislators successfully pushed bills to restrict abortions by targeting providers, for example, through mandating waiting periods for patients or hospital omitting privileges for doctors. Many states limited the procedure to 22 weeks, but until this year, 6-week bans were largely seen as too extreme. 2 that passed in Iowa and North Dakota were later struck down in court. All this means Alabama will not be the last state to challenge Roe. Bills seeking 6-week abortion bans are currently on the state Senate floor in Louisiana and Missouri, and similar measures have been proposed in several more states. But what is the underlying issue? Whether abortion should be illegal in the United States, states' rights versus national government, Roe versus Wade, and the right to privacy all tie into this controversial law. Republicans tend to argue against abortions and argue against government-paid birth control. They also argue against Planned Parenthood. Democrats tend to argue for abortion, and they support government-paid birth control. They also support Planned Parenthood. The vastly different opinions of the party have led to much controversy and debate in Washington. Luckily, we got the inside scoop. Harrison is at Planned Parenthood now to inform you on this heated debate.
Thanks, Tanya. I'm Harrison. I'm here at Planned Parenthood. But first, a little background on what it is. Planned Parenthood is a trusted healthcare provider, an informed educator, a passionate partner advocate, and a global partner helping similar organizations around the world. Planned Parenthood delivers vital reproductive health care, sex education, and information to millions of women, men, and young people worldwide. What is the Democratic view on this? Because Planned Parenthood is the nation's leading reproductive health care provider and advocate, its health centers provide supportive for reproductive health care to 2.4 million people in a year. Defending Planned Parenthood is part of an agenda to shut down Planned Parenthood health centers and make it impossible to access safe, legal abortion in America. And here's the Republican view. The Republican politicians, led by Vice President Mike Pence, want to shut down Planned Parenthood. He said that we assert the sanity of human life and affirm that the unborn child has a fundamental individual right to which cannot be infringed. One of the key tactics is to push legislation naming defund Planned Parenthood, but it's crucial that we keep this intact, and Planned Parenthood is a crucial part for many women in being healthy.
Thanks, Harrison. And now we have Kayla Shannon here from the National Right to Life Committee to talk about the law.
The National Right to Life Committee is the nation's largest pro-life organization, with 50 state affiliates and approximately 3,000 local affiliates nationwide. NRLC works through legislation and education to protect those threatened by abortion, infanticide, euthanasia, and assisted suicide. The Department of State Legislation works with the National Right to Life state affiliates to draft legislation and pass protective pro-life laws at the state level that protect mothers and their unborn children. We are doing everything we can to make sure that this law stays in place and hopefully influences other states to do the same.
Thank you for coming in today, Kayla.
You're welcome.
Now, on the other side of the pendulum, New York has a very unrestricted abortion law. The act removes the need for the doctor to perform some abortions and takes abortion out of the criminal code, making it a public health issue. The most controversial aspect of the RHA is the provision allowing abortions after 24 weeks in cases where the absence of fetal viability or the abortion is necessary to protect the patient's life or health. Kayla's at the state capitol now.
Thanks, Kira. I'm here with Governor Andrew Cuomo. Governor, what inspired you to sign the New York Reproductive Bill into law?
The New York law is just a mirror of the federal law. Don't chase a bone that the Republicans are throwing. It does nothing different. It's the life or health of a mother.
What is your view on the abortion law recently passed in Alabama?
It was way too strict and infringes on the rights of all women.
Now back to the studio.